Hello, hello, everyone. This is Latanya Michelle with the Wealthy Women's Network, and welcome back to our Get Certified training. I'm excited today because my partner Tawanna Hayward Bay and we're going to have a simple Q&A. We're going to answer a few of the most pressing questions that we've gotten since we started this certification training, and we believe that as you continue just to listen, to immerse yourself in the idea of one, moving your business further, faster through certification and with doing business with larger companies. And as you immerse yourself in the idea that not only are you qualified to do bigger business, but you have what the world needs. Again, we need you. Corporations and companies, they need you. If you're an author, a speaker, a coach, if you are a solopreneur, if you are a service provider, companies are looking for you. And we would like to assist you in moving away from tiny, itty-bitty, struggling business to a thriving business that will allow you not just to do the service that you are designed to do, not just to offer the information, but to create the lifestyle that you want to create through doing business with companies and corporations. Hello, hello, Tawanna, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hello and greetings to you and all our listeners today.
Okay, Tawanna, we want to get started. We're going to jump right in. And you
Okay.
are our certification expert. You are our resident expert. Not only have you gone through the process yourself, but you've taken several businesses from just starting out, basically, as a business, and you've gotten them certified and you've helped them to gain really large business-changing, life-changing bids. So,
That's right.
Tawanna, the first question that I have for you is, okay, I've decided that I'm qualified, I'm ready, I'm interested in getting certified, I'm interested in doing bigger business. How do I start the process? What do you say to that, Tawanna?
Great. Well, first I want to say that I want to thank our listeners for the questions that they've submitted to us. We've got some really great questions and some really great feedback from our listeners on what's going to help them to move forward in the minority certification process. First thing that I would say in getting started is to begin, first, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations that you have assessed your business and you understand further what you need to get started. So congratulations, you're on your way and we're here to help you get there. But what you want to do first is you do want to identify the minority council, the National Minority Council in your region. So if you're on the East Coast, you want to identify that council on the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast, Southeast, wherever you are in the country, you want to go online and you want to locate that certification agency. And you want to start going through the application process, what they're asking you to do. If you are a woman-owned business and you know you are the one who is managing the day-to-day business, you want to go to the Women's Minority Certification, the Women's Council in your region. Like we've shared on some of our other webinars, there are regional certification agencies, and you want to find that. If you want both, you want to assess and you want to look at both. I have all of them. I have the women's certification, the minority certification, disadvantaged certification. And so what I did was I went to those websites first and I got familiar with the organization. That's what you want to do first. And I got familiar with what the application looked like, depending on where you're at in the country. Some application process is online. Some are actual paper applications that you have to print out. And you want to begin familiarizing yourself with that application. and the checklist, what's required to submit that application. So that's what you want to do first. You don't want to rush through this process. Let me say, you do not want to rush through this process because it's a tedious process, and you want to make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's and give those certification agencies every piece of document information that they're asking for. It is very important to look at this process knowing you have to be an open book for them and give them what they ask for so that they can assess that you are qualified to be a certified business owner.
Tawanna, I think that, okay, the first thing that I know and understand that is when you go to these sites and you begin the application process, it can be a little overwhelming. It can be a little intimidating. Can you encourage our listeners on, although it looks a little, they ask for quite a bit of documentation, and the checklist that you've created is wonderful because it prepares our clients basically to sit down, to get their business organized, and to have all of their ducks in a row.
Yes.
Tawanna, I'd like for you to share. I know that the process was intimidating for you. So share with our listeners how you got through that process and what were some of the lumps and obstacles that you overcame, but at the end of the day, you became certified. Talk to us a little bit about that because it looks intimidating.
It does. It does look intimidating, and it can be a little challenging, especially when you're doing it the first time. And I do want our listeners to understand that once you get through the process the first time, and I promise you, it can be done. It can be done. Once you go through it the second time around, when you recertify your company, because every company that wants to be certified, if you want to continue with your certification, your company every year. And so once you go through the process the first time, it can be done. How I was able to get through the process, because I'd never seen it before. When you're an entrepreneur and you're a business owner, your expertise is your goods and services, what you do. And so this is something to help me build my business and expand it by doing business with larger corporations, larger entities. And so what they're asking for, I felt like I needed a little assistance. And so I did call the certification agencies and I did ask questions, but I also was able to work with a coach. I was able to work with someone who coached me through the process, who helped me identify the best way to keep as a business owner, keep my paperwork organized and how to be able to have it when I need it, because I'm going to need it every year. But working with a coach and working with someone like myself now, like you, who is an expert in the process and understands the question and how to lay it out exactly the way they're asking for you to. Because some of these certifications, let me say, are not free. They do cost. And so obviously you want to make sure that what you're paying for, you get it right the first time. It's like when you go to the doctor, you give them your fee, you give them their money, you know it's going to all go well. And so working with a coach, working with someone who was able to direct me, answer my questions, because some of the questions weren't clear. It was the first time I had ever seen some of these questions, didn't really quite understand. I need to actually have a meeting. I'm a small business. I don't have a board of directors, but I still need to have a meeting and have some minutes that I'm going to submit with my application process. So there were several things that I had to overcome and that I had to work through, and a coach helped me with that.
Okay, Tawanna, I would like to talk a little bit about your and I experience because that's what happened for me. I began working with a very wise, wonderful coach, Lucy, who's in Houston, and I was telling her that I wanted to shift my business from working with small business owners, and I really felt like my services, my training would be valuable in the corporate arena. Well, in a conversation, just a brief conversation with her, she says, yeah, well, if you're looking to do business with companies and corporations, then I would recommend you get certified as a woman-owned business and or minority-owned business because it really helps to escalate and to accelerate the process. She
Correct.
planted that seed with me. Lo and behold, that very same day, I came across Tawanna's brochure. Remember meeting her maybe several months ago. We had met, and on her brochure it said Women and Minority Owned Certified Business. So after hearing that from my coach and my mentor, I just called Tawana and I said, hey, this is Latanya. Talk to me about this certification. And from there, we have been able to do great things in our business.
Yeah.
I want to let you know that you are not always sure of what you'll get from your coach, but if you listen intently, inwardly and outwardly, you will be led along the path. And I don't believe that you're here with us for no reason. I believe that you've been brought here because this is your time, this is your season, and this is valuable information along your journey of success. And me working with Tawana, oh my God, it has opened my eyes to new and exciting opportunities, but it has given me as what I want you to talk about is the question that you had about leveraging your business and how that can work for someone that's either just getting out or just getting their certification. How can an individual market their business on a limited budget? And once they have their certification, what do you think the best way to market their business would be?
Okay, that question that I received on from our last webinar reads, how do I leverage my certification with businesses I want to do business with? And this came from a young man out of Texas. And first of all, I want to thank him for his question. This is a very good question because it is important to know that obviously certification, your minority certification, now has opened the doors of opportunity to larger businesses, larger entities knowing about you because you're in those supplier databases that we talked about. And so being in those databases, now you get emails and you get notifications that instruct you and tell you about pre-bid opportunities, pre-bid meetings, networking meetings that you can attend, and you can begin to meet the general contractors and the prime contractors that are looking to partner, sub-partner with you because they themselves are not always certified.
Right.
And so they are looking to partner so that they can meet those minority participation goals or those set aside goals and percentages. And so being certified, being in these supplier databases, getting this information, sometimes my email is flooded with patients and invites to various networking events and pre-bid meetings and projects that are going on in the city and in the state that I can attend with my business card or my brochure, Latanya, that you have, and I can shake hands,
Right.
get their information, and be able to set up times to meet and be able to sell and share my services and good and how we can partner and how we can do business. And it's really an excellent way, like we talked about in our webinar, how when you are able to sub-partner, that's a great way to begin. That's how I began. That's how I began to get big projects and contracts, because I was partnered with a prime or a general contractor who is managing and leading the project, and I'm learning from them as I am learning about the entity that we're also working with, that we have a contract with. And it's the best way. It's a great way to leverage your business and market your business, because now you yourself, you market your business. You're there at these networking events. You're there at these pre-bid meetings. Guess what? You also, at a pre-bid meeting, get the list. You can request a copy of the list. So if you don't get a chance to meet and shake hands with everybody there, that list with their phone number and their email address gives you an opportunity to call them, to reach out to them by email and send information, set up meetings, get with them face to face so that you can leverage your business. So if you don't have a lot of money, you don't have a lot of resources, you do have you. You have you. And if you're out there, you can be in front of these businesses and they see you and they hear you. They hear about your business. And that's how you begin to market and pick up business opportunities with these larger entities in the public sector, in the private sector. And that's where it all begins. That's where it all takes off. That's how you leverage. That's how you build your business when you don't have the money all the time to really be able to market all over, like commercials and things of that sort.
Tawanna, not only is that the best way to market your business, it is the best way to get started in a new environment. It's kind of like OJT, on the job training.
On the job training, yes.
Exposure is, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like the experience, the network, the exposure that you get when you are looking to move into doing bigger business. Tawanna talked about going to meetings, being visible, being prepared. All of this is really important. And what we work with our clients to do is to basically start right where they are. Start where they are, lay the foundation, get into the industry insiders for each of the industries that they may be a part of, and then begin to know the lay of the land. It's really exciting once you start, because you never know. You never know where you may end up, but you won't. You won't. You can't get to the promised land of bigger business if you don't start the journey. And certification is the beginning of your journey. Getting started with the certification process is the beginning of your journey. Tawanna, I'm going to ask one more question, and then that will be it basically for today in our Q&A. You are such a expert in helping our clients to identify the many options that they have in business. Can you tell me, you've told me, so I want you to tell our group, the importance of being creative with the NAT code process and what that can mean as it relates to either getting business, bids, and information, or not getting business, bids, and information. The whole NAT code process is, it seemed a little intimidating, but once you broke it down for me, it was actually very simple. Can you talk to us about that? Because that's an important part of beginning the process, knowing exactly where you fit in.
Yes, ma'am, I certainly can. The North American Industry Classification System, that's what NAC stands for, okay? What it does is it allows you to be able to identify what your goods and services are for your industry. For an example, and I'll start myself. For an example, I am in the human resources, I'm in the staffing, I'm in coaching, I'm in training. What you do is you identify through the chart what your codes are. It's very important to know what those codes are, because once you have your certification, you're not found by what you do. You're found by NAC codes.
Right.
And it's very important to know what your codes are. Many of us entrepreneurs, there are many things that we do well. You may have a degree in business administration, but you also have expertise in training. You have expertise in consulting. Maybe you have a real estate license, or you are an insurance broker. You have several careers, if you will. And in this day and age, we do. You could be an engineer, and you could be a CPA at the same time. And those NAC codes allow you to be able to have that in those days. Also, the application process requires you to put that there. You have to give them that information. If you don't, they will assess based on the information that you put on your application, and it may not be everything. I'll give you an example of what I mean by that. When I started, and of course I didn't know at the time, but when I started out, the only NAC codes I had in place, I think I had 2 or 3, and they only identified me as human resources, as an employment agency, and that was it. But I'm also a Turner Construction graduate. I have a certification in construction management. I have a background in construction management. I have a background in electrical services.
Right.
I have a background in payroll.
Right.
There are other things that I have a background in that I also do with my business. I have a background in coaching and training for 2 decades.
Right.
Of course, I didn't think that there were NAC codes for that, but there are. And I was selling myself short on bidding opportunities because my company was only identified by 2 NAC codes. Now I have, I think, about 10, 12. I have a lot more because there are a lot more type of services, goods and services that I offer to the private sector, to the government, and to public entities that are looking to partner with me or for me to service my business to. So it is very important. That's a very good question because a lot of times as small business owners, we don't understand that as we begin to play in the bigger, in the deeper waters, if you will, that there's language and there are codes to identify and help identify what we do. So that's a very, very good question.
I think that, Tawanna, your background as it relates to jumping over the hurdles and learning the lessons and then maximizing basically your certification is so valuable. So as many of the stories that you've shared with me, I think that it's important for our listeners and our clients to really glean from your wisdom and your experience. Before we go today, the last thing I want you to talk to our clients about are some of the success stories, again, that you have had with your clients as it relates to certification and how certification can begin to not just help you build your business, but what does it do for the individual who is now moving, or as you said, playing in deeper waters?
I have so many success stories. It has really been a blessing, if you will, to have been able to work with so many dynamic companies in the private sector, public sector, and even the government, and within my community to be able to, as you know, as an entrepreneur, I believe strongly in economic development and working within the community and giving back to the community by providing jobs. I've had over 1,000 people on my payroll at the time because of staffing projects and employment opportunities. One example is the opportunity to work with the school district. The first contract through bidding was very successful, and then they put out another bid within a year and a half, and I was able to win that contract. And then they put out another bid for a group of service that we didn't even expect that we would win, but we bid on that. And I had 3 contracts, and each contract was for 3 years with the same independent school district.
Wow.
And I was able to, and it was really awesome because with each of those contracts, I was able to mentor and coach other women-owned business owners that I brought along as sub-partners and subcontractors with me on those contracts. And what a wonderful opportunity to not just be working in the community with this school district, but also to be giving back, training and mentoring and coaching another business owner who is trying to build their business and get there as well. Helping them with their payroll, helping them with their insurance requirements, helping them with their safety training. It's just an awesome opportunity, not just playing in the bigger pool, but being able to give back and help the other fish in that pool as well. And I strongly believe in that. And I believe that's blessed because there's lots of pots. I always say, as we are building our business through the certification process, you don't want to choke on the pie. You want to have your slice.
Yes.
And enjoy your slice.
Exactly.
And share that pie with others. Choking can lead to death, if you will. And so it was very, very exciting to be able to see our business be able to have 3 individual contracts with the same school district, and then be able to help other small business women owners who were building their business and making a substantial amount of money through those contracts, and be building a relationship with those entities. Because what you do when you build your business to a place where you're the prime, you take your sub-partner with you. And now they're able to build a relationship, and they're getting to know this entity. So next time around, they're competition, but that's okay. Because again, there's enough pie for everybody. But the next time around, now they can bid, and they can begin to put their paperwork and bids together to be the prime. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing.
Tawanna, that's a wonderful thing. I think that a lot of our listeners and the people that we work with, they are looking to make more money. Yes, they are looking to increase their income and to build their business. But we get a lot of heart-centered entrepreneurs who are looking to make a difference, who are looking to make an impact.
Yes.
And the stronger you become, particularly through certification, the more of an impact you can make, the bigger of a difference you can make, and the more people you are able to help. And I love Tawanna's story there because it shows the unexpected growth that can come out of simply following the path of certification.
That's right.
She had 3 contracts with the same school district
Yes.
simply by getting on the path and following the path of certification.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure where that path will end for you. I'm not sure all that will come of it, be it new relationships, partnerships, friendships, be it new clients, company, more business, be it something that will new that can come out of you. I'm not sure where the certification path will lead you, but one thing I am sure of is if you take the leap, if you embrace the challenge, if you begin to see, explore, and then take the next step in
Yes.
the certification process. One thing I'm sure of is that it will grow you, it will expand you and your business, and
Yes.
it will allow you to make more money and make a bigger impact.
Yes.
That's what I'm sure of.
Yes.
Before we go to day one, I just want to do a recap of everything that you taught us and how to get prepared. So the first thing that you recommend doing to start the certification process is what?
The first thing you want to do is you want to go online and you want to visit those certification agencies in your region. You want to reach out to them. You want to look at those applications. Some applications have to be done online. Some of them have to be printed out and you have to do them manually. You want to familiarize yourself with that process, and then you definitely want to get with a coach. We are great coaches. That's what we're here to do. But that's where you begin your journey on certification.
You begin by going online. I want to give you a few resources to get you started. If you are a minority, you can go to the National Minority Supplier Development Council. That's www.nmsdc.org. And you can learn more about the minority certification there. Along with the National Supplier Development Council, there is the National Minority Business Council. That's www.nmbc.org. Both of the national councils are great because they're on their pages. Not only will they assist you in getting certification nationally, they have the links to each of the regional councils where you will want to get started for your region. So the national councils will assist you in and referring you to where you need to get started regionally. Now, if you are a woman-owned business, you can go to the National Women's Business Council. That's www.nwbc.org. www.nwbc.gov, but the National Women's Business Owners Corporation is www.nwboc.org. That's www.nwboc.org. And that's where you can begin to get more information on your certification journey online. After you do that, of course, it's important that you begin to spend some time identifying your business, the services that you offer, how you want to present those services. And Tawanna, can you tell us again about the NAT codes?
Yes, ma'am. Those NAC codes, your national, the North American Industry Classification System, and then you also have your SIC codes, your standard industrial uh, as well. Those codes are very vital because those codes identify your business services. It's very important for you to understand what they are and what they look like. They're 6 digits because you are not identified by in your industry name per se. You're not going to be identified as insurance or trainer or electrical services or construction services, but you're going to be identified by a 6-digit code, and so or a 3-digit code because the SIC code is 3 digits. So it's very important for you to understand what they are and how to find them. You can Google them. You can go online and you can look at those. And then make sure, oh, I can't say enough, make sure that everything that you do as a business owner, that you can have it identified through a NAT code so that you don't sell yourself short, because there could be bidding opportunities, there could be business opportunities out there, and you won't know about them if they can't find you because your NAT code is not in the supplier database. So that's the second thing you want to do.
Wonderful, wonderful. So those are the questions that we had today for our Get Certified Q&A. If you have additional questions for us, please feel free to email us at www.wealthywoman.org/get certified, and on that page you will find the information on how you can ask us questions.
Yes.
This is Latanya Michelle and Tawanna Hayward Bay, and we want to encourage you to get started on the certification process. If you work with us, or if you find another coach or consultant, or you do it on your own, get started on the process.
Yes.
As you move forward to the coming year,
Yes.
there are opportunities that are waiting for you,
Yes.
but they won't be able to find you unless you get started on the certification process. Tawanna, is there anything you would like to say to our listeners before we go today?
Well, I'm very excited. I love being an advocate for the minority certification process. I know firsthand how valuable it is to growing your business. And I have to say, don't delay. Don't delay. There are many opportunities across our country, many opportunities for small business owners. This is a small business owner's time. This is your time. And you can grow your business. You can expand your business. And you can make lots of money. I share all the time. I went from small business clients where I was making less than $50,000 to over $500,000 in 6 months' time once I got my certification. And it took off from there. And I'm going to tell you, it is nothing more exciting than seeing your financials go from $50,000 to over $1 million in a year because you have certification. The first quarter of the new year is coming, and it's coming quickly. And there will be bids, there will be bidding opportunities, there will be projects that are going on. The private sector is always looking to do business with small business owners, with women-owned businesses. The longer you delay, because the certification process is a 90-day process at least. So it will take you, the business owner, at least 2 weeks to get all your paperwork together, to go through the application process accurately. And then once you submit it with your check, whatever the cost is for that certification agency, it's going to take another 90 days. So if there are projects and bidding opportunities for you, you'll miss out on those opportunities. You'll miss out on those business opportunities and those new relationships because you're not in the game. You got to be in the game to play. Play today. Don't wait. The longer you wait, the less opportunities you will have to grow your business. Good luck to you. Congratulations, you're here today. This is the best start right here, being with us today. We're looking forward to hearing from you again, and we're definitely looking forward to more questions. God bless.
Tawanna's right. You got to get in the game. You have got to get in the game. If you want to learn more about how Tawanna and I can help you with the Get Certified process and our Get Certified coaching program, simply go to www www.wealthywoman.org/get certified. That's www.wealthywoman.org/get certified. There you'll learn about the two packages that we offer for assisting small business owners with their certification. We have a complete done for you process where we simply work with you to gather your information, and Tawanna will submit your information in a completed package to the certification agency, answer any questions that they may have about your business, and allow you the time to stay focused on your expertise as we work on your certification. We also have a Done With You program that will allow you to work with us 5 weeks on the phone, no matter where you are in the country. We can work with you and your business weekly to create a certification package and to submit your certification application so that you are getting help, the assistance, the inside information, and the secrets that are needed not only for you to get your certification, but to maximize it. To learn how we can help you, simply go to www.wealthywoman.org/get certified, and you can learn more. This is Latanya Michelle with the Wealthy Woman's Network, reminding you to be bold, to be brilliant, and to be a blessing, and encouraging you to move forward in your business, to start the certification process, and to get certified. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope to see you again soon. Remember, you can submit your questions. Tawanna is here to answer them. I'm here to assist. We want you to be successful, so get certified. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.